Most people believe that time is something they either have or don't have, as if it were handed out unfairly. But time is not a limitation imposed on us. It is a decision we make every single day. Everyone begins the morning with the same number of hours, yet the outcomes of their lives look vastly different. The difference is not hidden in the clock, but revealed in daily choices. When someone says they lack time, what they are often saying is that they have not yet decided what truly deserves their attention. Time responds to awareness. When life feels rushed, it is usually because priorities are unclear. Without clear decisions, time gets filled by urgency instead of importance. Small distractions quietly steal minutes, and minutes silently turn into years. The moment a person decides what matters most, time begins to serve that decision. Purpose brings order, and order brings progress. Blaming time keeps people comfortable but stuck. Responsibility, on the other hand, is empowering. The instant you accept that your future is shaped by how you use today, your mindset shifts. You stop waiting for extra hours to appear and start reshaping the hours you already have. Even the busiest schedules reveal hidden opportunities when viewed with intention. 10 minutes used wisely is more valuable than an hour wasted unconsciously. Life does not improve by chance, it improves by choice. Choosing how to spend time is choosing who you become. Every hour invested in learning, planning, or improving yourself becomes a building block for tomorrow. Every hour ignored becomes a silent cost. Success begins when you stop asking where the time went and start deciding where it will go. Time management is not about squeezing more tasks into the day. It is about aligning actions with values. When actions match values, discipline feels purposeful rather than forced. Progress becomes natural, not exhausting. The day may still be busy, but it becomes meaningful when people shift from seeing time as an enemy to seeing it as a partner. Everything changes. Time becomes a tool instead of a threat. And once you realize that time obeys decision, not desire, you unlock the power to shape your life with intention, clarity, and direction. Life moves in the direction of what we consistently place first. Whether we realize it or not, our priorities quietly shape our days, and our days eventually shape our destiny. When priorities are unclear, time becomes scattered. It drifts toward convenience, comfort, and whatever demands attention the loudest. In that state, even busy people can feel unfulfilled because movement without direction never produces meaningful progress. Priorities act as a compass. They tell time where to go and energy where to flow. When a person decides what truly matters, distractions lose their power. Not everything deserves equal attention, and success requires the wisdom to know the difference. Progress begins when we learn to say no to what is merely urgent, so we can say yes to what is important. This is not about doing more, it is about doing what counts. Many people spend their lives reacting instead of directing. They allow external demands to control their schedule and then wonder why personal goals remain unfinished. But when priorities are intentional, life becomes proactive. Instead of responding to every interruption, you design your day around purpose. Growth, learning, health, and meaningful work are no longer squeezed into spare moments. They are given a place of honor. Clear priorities also reduce stress. When you know what matters most, decisions become simpler. You stop feeling guilty for not doing everything because you understand that doing everything is impossible. Focus replaces overwhelm. Each day may still carry challenges, but those challenges are faced with clarity rather than confusion. The quality of your future is determined by the quality of your priorities today. What you consistently prioritize will eventually become your strength. Skills develop where time is invested. Confidence grows where effort is repeated. Results appear where attention is focused. Success is rarely accidental. It is the natural outcome of aligned priorities. When priorities are aligned with purpose, time becomes productive instead of exhausting. You no longer chase success, you build it steadily. And as your priorities become clearer, your life becomes more intentional, more meaningful, and far more rewarding. Big results often create the illusion of sudden success, but nothing meaningful is built in a single moment. Behind every achievement is a series of small, disciplined actions repeated consistently over time. These daily choices may seem insignificant at first, but they quietly shape outcomes. What people do regularly matters far more than what they do occasionally. Progress is rarely dramatic. It is usually subtle, steady, and patient. Small disciplines work because they remove pressure. Instead of waiting for perfect conditions or massive motivation, they rely on commitment. Reading a few pages each day, practicing a skill for a short focus session, or reflecting on progress at the end of the day may not feel life-changing in the moment, but over time these actions compound. Like interest on an investment, consistent effort multiplies results. Consistency builds confidence. When you keep small promises to yourself, trust in your own ability grows. This self-trust becomes the foundation for bigger challenges. Many people fail not because their goals are too large, but because their daily habits are too weak. Strength is developed gradually, and discipline is trained in manageable steps. Small actions also reduce resistance. Large goals can feel overwhelming and lead to procrastination, but breaking progress into simple, repeatable tasks makes success approachable. When effort feels achievable, momentum replaces hesitation. Each completed action creates a sense of progress. And progress fuels motivation. Time rewards those who respect it. An hour of focused effort used wisely every day will outperform scattered bursts of intensity. Daily discipline transforms ordinary days into powerful building blocks. The future does not demand perfection. It demands persistence. The true power of small daily disciplines lies in their long-term impact. What you practice daily becomes who you are. Skills sharpen, character strengthens, and opportunities expand. Over time, the gap between where you started and where you arrived becomes undeniable. Success is not the result of one extraordinary act, but of ordinary actions performed with commitment, patience, and purpose. Goals are easy to set, but far more difficult to honor. The space between intention and achievement is filled with daily choices, and that space is crossed by discipline. Motivation may ignite the desire to begin, but discipline is what ensures progress continues long after enthusiasm fades. Without discipline, even the best plans remain ideas rather than realities. Discipline is often misunderstood as restriction, but in truth it is direction. It is the ability to choose long-term benefit over short-term comfort. Every meaningful result requires effort. And discipline is the structure that makes effort consistent. It is not about forcing yourself endlessly. It is about training yourself to act in alignment with your goals, even when it feels inconvenient. Time reveals discipline clearly. Where you consistently invest your hours shows what you truly value. Discipline helps protect those hours from distractions, excuses, and emotional decision-making. It creates boundaries around what matters and eliminates the habit of postponement. When discipline is present, progress becomes predictable rather than accidental. Self-discipline strengthens identity. Each time you follow through on a commitment, you reinforce the belief that you are capable, reliable, and focused. This internal confidence is more powerful than external motivation. It creates momentum that carries you forward even during difficult periods. Discipline does not require perfection. It requires persistence. Missed days do not destroy progress. Quitting does. The disciplined individual understands that setbacks are part of the process and responds with correction rather than surrender. Over time, discipline becomes less of a struggle and more of a habit. Success is not about talent alone. Many talented individuals never reach their potential because they lack consistency. Discipline bridges that gap. It transforms vision into action, effort into results, and potential into achievement. When discipline guides how time is used, goals stop being distant dreams and begin to take shape as lived reality. Many people wait for the perfect moment to begin, not realizing that perfection is a moving target. They tell themselves they will start when they have more time, more confidence, more resources, or more clarity. But progress does not begin with ideal conditions. It begins with a decision to act now. Waiting delays growth, while action, even imperfect action, creates momentum. The present moment is the most powerful asset anyone possesses. Yesterday cannot be changed, and tomorrow is not guaranteed, but today offers opportunity. When individuals focus too much on future plans without taking present action, dreams remain theoretical. Success is built in the ordinary moments of today, not in the imagined scenarios of tomorrow. Starting small is not a weakness, it is a strategy. Action creates feedback, and feedback creates improvement. The first step does not need to be impressive, it only needs to be intentional. Clarity often follows movement, not the other way around. As effort is applied, understanding grows, confidence strengthens, and direction sharpens. Procrastination often disguises itself as preparation. While learning and planning are valuable, they must eventually lead to execution. Action separates those who admire success from those who experience it. Each step taken reinforces belief in one's ability to move forward. Progress may feel slow at first, but consistency accelerates results. Time favors those who engage with it deliberately. When you act today, you reduce the burden of tomorrow. Small steps taken now prevent regret later. The habit of action transforms fear into learning and uncertainty into experience. Growth is rarely comfortable, but it is always rewarding. Life responds to movement. When effort is applied, opportunities appear, skills develop, and resilience is built. The decision to begin right where you are, with what you have, is often the turning point. Those who succeed are not always the most prepared or gifted, but they are the ones who chose action over delay, and that choice, repeated daily, shapes a future defined by progress rather than intention alone. Success is not a mystery reserved for a few. It is a process available to anyone willing to live with intention. Time, priorities, discipline, and action are not separate ideas, but connected forces that shape the direction of life. When time is treated as a decision rather than an excuse, it becomes a powerful ally. When priorities are clear, effort gains direction. When small daily disciplines are practiced, progress becomes inevitable. And when action replaces delay, potential turns into reality. A meaningful life is built one choice at a time. No single day determines success, but every day contributes to it. What you consistently give your time to eventually gives shape to who you become. Growth does not demand perfection, only commitment. The future is created quietly through the habits you practice, the standards you keep, and the actions you take when no one is watching. The moment you accept responsibility for how you use your time, you reclaim control over your direction. Life begins to feel purposeful rather than rushed, intentional rather than accidental. Then becomes not just an outcome, but a reflection of how you live each.